Lord, make me talk to them gunman them. Why? Talk to them. Bam bam, brother, brother. My journey, God alone, I walk with me. Okay. I want them by them promoting.
And we're back tonight on M&ETV, and it's me, your host, Greasy Smith, here with you. Well, not Greasy, I tell the organizers, we need to organize a little contract for a little makeup artist, I think, because they can't have me and my guests looking greasy right through. But they say by episode 3 or 4, you're getting that. So all your MUAs and things, or you could call, write, email, post, or they might get a little, a little thing to come in and do some free makeup. All right, this young man who I have next to me here today, he needs no introduction and no makeup, always looking matte, as the women say. We have the gospel superstar, the man Jaron Nurse. What's up, Jaron?
What's going on? Everything cool, man.
I good. Well, I know you don't like that term. I know
that term. I know that. I felt that.
For spite. I felt that. Man, don't like that term, superstar. But reality, I mean, you're a gospel artist, but you've crossed over genres and you've crossed over, I think, so many different calibers of people. What makes Jaron Nurse a phenomenon?
Well, I think it's my honesty. I'm the gospel minister that I wouldn't hide my flaws, and you would hear that in my music. I think is also my foundation. They say sometimes you'll see the house but you wouldn't see the foundation. And God has blessed me with a strong foundation in terms of my teachings, my pastor, my parents and stuff, and even my testimony would always keep me grounded. So I tell people that, my testimony would always be louder than my music, because some people could interfere with your music, a DJ could pitch it, you could change your key, but I'm the only one who could interfere with my testimony.
Yeah, but people would have seen Jaron Nurse come up through the years. I remember, I think it would have been like your first big year in gospel music. Mm-hmm. That was also the year you won, I think, Best Male Artist for the Gospel Music Awards.
I think it was Best Breakout Artist and Songwriter. I think it was.
Yeah, but you were a breakout artist, but your songs were already all over the airwaves around that time.
Yeah, bless God for that.
What would you attribute to that success at that point in time, early in your career?
Well, I consider that to be a blessing. That was my first and last awards. I don't take part in no awards, and that is
like purposely, because like you told G-Man and those folks.
Yeah. So what I do, I told them I'll stay away from the awards, because even the first one I didn't want to be a part of it. So I got there, and that day I was the only one that walked away with 2. So the next day I called them and said, right, so I'm calling here from a place where I ain't toten.
Yeah.
I won the most and I don't like it. I wouldn't be participating, but I'll always support the show. So what I'll do every event, he will give me a slot where I could bring younger artists and stuff like that. But that time, I'll be honest, it was a blessing to know that, they saw the work and was honored.
And you've been doing that. I mean, I think the last game that I saw, you had some brand new artists you brought on the stage, and I know they're going to be with you. We're going to talk about your show later on. But we want to let the people know more about Jaron Nurse, right? What is something that you think that people don't know about you yet, because I know your whole life open. But what is something you think they don't know or they miss when talking about you that you would like them to know?
A few things about Jaron. I was adopted. My mom was mentally ill. My dad was on drugs, so because of that I was adopted from a tender age. Found myself in some problems with the law. I would now recently have that cleared up. All credit to Jesus to carry out a criminal record. Jaron is a clown, but if it's one thing, I love the Lord. Sometimes I still find myself struggling with my temper sometimes, especially in this nation, boy. Something like the other day, a man gave me a bad drive, and then he cussed me on top of that. I get angry. Yeah. And then I thank God for the Spirit of God, that has been the guide, and that is my GPS. Yeah. So that does tell me, hey, you're going a little thing, look here, watch how far watch how long that happened, you still have that man in your mind. And I thank God for that guidance and the conviction. But yeah, John is a clown, a fisherman. I thank God.
You're a businessman too?
Yeah, a businessman. I'm a man that could just fit in anywhere. I tell people, I kind of iguana boy. Whatever background you put me, I could just fit in and function.
And you also apparently, isn't that I know you're married. So is that your wife can't cook or you just can't get fat? Who is it? Who is it? You wanna know?
I love the question, and you will have to answer to my wife for that. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I want to know, because I know
I know she'll say I Wendel, all you do is only personal part, but
married, no, I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Most married men or most people who get married don't care how skinny they is. Look at me. When I get married, I was 120 pounds.
wow.
And a year after, I was 280 pounds. So you see what's going on.
Well, I thank God for people like you. I use that as an example of what not to do. You know, so I try to keep active. You know, I always tell people, like, when I go in my little son's school, whether it be secondary school, primary school, they must ask if that is his brother.
Well, not like me. When I go to my son's school, they say, hey, look at father's reach.
Plural.
No, but seriously.
But my wife could cook, but I love cooking. So most times I just done it up, as they say. I real passionate about cooking. As the next thing to I real love to cook, you know. So.
But you stayed, as they say, well, I don't want to say ghetto, but you stayed in Carnage.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't get famous or you didn't become Jaron Nurse that the whole world knows and then move out.
Yeah.
And I'm asking straight and directly, is that a plan for you? Okay, you know what, when I really reach out there, I want to get out of here, or that's your plan to stay there and probably...
I always wanted to stay there, but I'll be honest, of late I started to think about moving out, you know, or even, you know, some people put some things to me and say, boy, I think Trinidad too small for a man like you in terms of the wisdom God bless you with and stuff, because sometimes people might know the singer, but it have a motivational side, it have a preaching side to Jaron as well. But I believe that he had me there for a purpose. You know, I thank God that I testify without saying anything in Carnage, because people know that, hey, Jaron wasn't always this good fella. Jaron do some crazy stuff. You know, so sometimes just seeing Jaron there is a blessing to see.
Right.
My friends, I tell them, boy, I go in and sing, and that of itself just be a big blessing. So I believe God had me there. And I thank God for he made ministry real easy, because hey, when Jaron talking to is like Jaron who know trouble, you know.
Yeah.
That a gang leader had some strange guys down by us recently, and I saw that some of the younger ones was wrong and indulging and stuff, and on my side, and where I used to live this side, but I'm from my next side, so I was getting on real aggressive that night. I said, boy, only stop coming over so, boy. And only playing mad, boy, they'll kill all you, boy. You know, and I was watching how the strange men, as we will call them, how they're reacting, like, you know, they know, actually feeling like, we know this man as a singer, but like this man as some player, watch out, Dreddy getting on, and people listening, because I was real, and it was out of love. You know, if you see a vehicle going and bang somebody, as you say, we wouldn't talk to them nicely or try to call the phone, we'll shout at you, and that night I was really aggressive, because my heart went out that night. I seen these fellas strain, and they could get in trouble, you know. But I believe God had me there and still have me there for a purpose, and when that time come to leave, He will direct it the right way.
You're a father.
Yeah.
Tell me what you about being a father.
Boy, it's a blessing. It's a blessing, but sometimes I just watch my son, boy, it's real hard to correct a little you know.
Yes.
It's hard. This man has been provoking his mom, and I say, but that is you, that is me. You know? But it's really a blessing. It's something you look forward to when you're heading home. You know, you're going to a store and you see something, and you can't wait to see his reaction when you bring this. So that is a blessing, especially for me, who my biological father wasn't around. But thank God God blessed me with an adopted father. And you know, I tell people I'm blessed. I was blessed with two fathers, one that showed me what to do and one that showed me what not to do. You know, so that helped, both helped carve me and shape me in a great way, and I thank God for that.
Now, when we come back, of course, we're going to chat a bit about Uncommon 3, and that's coming up this month. We'll talk about that, and I also want to ask you to start thinking about a message for the young people out there, right? I know there's young people out, because we have some big hardback old people that need some guidance, right? So I just start thinking about that. This is tonight on M&ETV. We'll be back with more with the man Jaron, the frame.
Oh Lord, make me talk to them gunman them why. talk to them. Bam bam, brother, brother, my journey